Now, on that ABC News broadcast, they were talking about, well, at least I'm not completely sure, so I'm asking, do they talk about the connection between heart health and brain health on the ABC News broadcast?
I don't recall, personally.
Okay.
I don't recall that, Dan.
Well, I know there's research coming out of the University of Minnesota that shows a direct correlation between heart health and dementia, loss of cognitive function, so that the person who has a better cardiovascular system will not see as many problems with regards to dementia and Alzheimer's and loss of cognitive function. So I can't tell you specifically, but it would make sense to me because, again, everything is connected by your cardiovascular system. All your organs, brain, heart, liver, kidney, every organ in your body completely functions based upon the cardiovascular system, how well it can deliver oxygen and nutrients to the tissues and remove waste products properly so that they can function at a higher level of wellness. And it would make complete sense to me that that correlation would exist. And when you look at your cardiovascular system, again, it comes down to the health of your cardiovascular system is completely dependent upon the health of your endothelial cells. If you don't properly repair them and nourish them to produce that gas nitric oxide, which in your bloodstream keeps blood platelet cells from sticking together so that you don't end up with a heart attack or stroke. And at the same time, because it's a gas, that gas can then diffuse across the vascular wall to relax the smooth muscles on the outside of the vascular wall to relax so that you can get better blood flow, so you can control blood pressure properly. It all makes sense. The whole cardiovascular system is determined by the health of your endothelial cells and their ability to produce that nitric oxide, which outside your body is an environmental pollutant, yet inside your body is the master signaling molecule, not just for your cardiovascular system, but so many functions. You couldn't live without nitric oxide. It's that important to your overall health. And that's what we're dealing with here. Good function of your cardiovascular system.
We play a due role here, Dan, because we know we have the knowledge to share with individuals how to have a healthy heart. Mm-hmm. And a healthy heart means a really wonderful, happy life. So it's like a big red heart.
Yeah.
Because it's just functioning so well.
Sure. And people say, they concentrate on that healthy heart. But see, what makes a healthy heart, again, comes back to your endothelium, because that healthy heart is lined by that one cell thick layer called the endothelium. And every vascular structure within that heart, the arteries, the capillaries that feed, the veins, all of that, they're all lined by the endothelium. So again, it's the health of the endothelium, those endothelial cells, properly nourishing them and repairing them so that they can produce nitric oxide is what's going to keep that heart healthy and functioning properly. As well as the brain, as well as the liver, the kidneys, all of you. I mean, one of the things that came out of the High Desert Heart Institute that was pretty interesting was two things. One was they saw improved renal function. That's huge for older adults. It's huge for diabetics. The other thing that they saw that was truly remarkable is they saw people who had pulmonary hypertension. Of those 33 congestive heart failure patients that they brought into the study, several of them had pulmonary hypertension. If you get pulmonary hypertension, it is considered to be a death warrant. It's a slow progressive disease that's going to end up in death. Well, they had people in that study who were stage 4, the worst that you can be. By the end of 90 days, those people were stage 2. They saw positive remodeling of the pulmonary artery, positive remodeling of the heart chamber that feeds the pulmonary artery. They saw such remarkable change in the High Desert Heart Institute study that they now use Dr. Joe's product, ProArginine Plus, as part of their standard treatment program for their patients. So you ask that question with regards to why haven't we heard about this? Why hasn't the medical community talked to us about this? Well, it's happening, but it's happening at a very slow pace. To have a high-profile heart institute like the High Desert Heart Institute, part of the Cedar-Sinai group, to utilize a nutritional supplement as part of their standard treatment program because of the results that they've seen and how it has helped their patient gain good health. Comes down to what we've been talking about, choices. Making choices that lead to good health as opposed to choices that just either maintain health or, as your father is saying, what kind of health is that, right?
I wouldn't even know how to define it, Dan. Really, I'm speechless. I wouldn't even know how to. I would not call it health.
No, it's sad, isn't it?
No, it's very sad.
And I'm not here to get you to cry on screen or anything like that. But it is sad
Very sad.
to see our loved ones not have the ability to get the education there to make good decisions and get the ongoing clinical data that's out there that shows that a properly designed product, all natural, using amino acids that are currently right there that you can eat, but brought together in a supplement form with other heart-healthy ingredients, that there is a real science to this whole process, is just, we're on a mission. And our mission is to help people make those kinds of choices that will help them get the information that they need so they can take that information to their physician so that they can implement this if that's what they and their physician agree on, or if that's the choice that they want to do, because there is true science behind this, that they can have a choice to begin that pathway, that it's never too late to begin to make positive changes in how your health goes.
And you said something so significant there. It really is never too late. I can only imagine in the nursing home that my father currently lives in, if some of those individuals would have had the opportunity to have this product and to have supplemented themselves with this years ago, they may not be, I don't want to say sitting there. I don't want to even say lying there. I don't know what they're doing there. They're just living on drugs, really. It just might be a better place for a lot of others.
Well, I know on your website as well as mine, we have testimonials of people who are our age category, 50 and older, who have made choices. And in those choices, they'll share with you their own personal stories of what taking a product like ProArgine Plus and utilizing that product to repair their endothelial cells and help their endothelial cells properly produce that nitric oxide, what a difference it has made to themselves personally, and what a difference it has made to their loved ones in not having to experience some of the same issues that you've experienced, that you're currently experiencing, and some of the same issues that I've experienced in terms of my father and his health. There's a difference.
It's pretty simple when you think about it. We're not making it complex either.
No.
We're just giving the facts to individuals so they can have and make the choices for a better life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they have to go and alter their whole lifestyle and all their food choices that people would most likely not make. It's just adding a very simple blue powder to their daily routine to get the proper amount of L-arginine and L-citrulline with other heart-healthy ingredients. And that blue powder, well, let me ask you. I know you've been using that blue powder, the powder that comes from ProArgine Plus. What has it done for you personally?
It's very simple for me to tell you what it's done for me personally. First of all, I'm sleeping better for the first time in years. I'm just having a very good, restful night's rest. I also find that I'm able to focus better, that I'm able to concentrate better, that things are clearer for me. And my workout is better. And I am one who loves to work out. And I am lean because I've made the choices to be healthy and stay lean for years. But my muscle tone is getting better. Isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm. Even somebody like me who's in fairly good shape.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the blue powder, I love to mix the powder. I love to see the color come to life. Because again, it's like the heart, which we're sharing here. Our heart has passion, it has mission, but it also has health behind it.
Sure. I work with a lot of athletes, and I work with athletes who are a large spectrum of the age range category. And that's one thing that I hear from them all the time. They cannot believe the difference it makes in their workouts. But it goes back to what I talked about, giving you 18 times more energy by doing things aerobically. For most people in their workouts, the limiting factor is lactic acid. Well, if I can help you work aerobically where water and carbon dioxide are your waste products. Hydrate your system with the water. Use the carbon dioxide to change the pH in your lungs so that your lungs actually bind more oxygen to the hemoglobin to deliver more oxygen to the tissue. What does it do in your workout? Higher aerobic base. Higher aerobic base, less lactic acid, and as you're seeing, you're getting a much better workout and you're getting lean body tissue, the creation of lean body tissue that you didn't experience before.
You're also breathing in ways you never knew you
Sure.
would. As silly as that may sound, you're like a Buddha.
Yeah.
You can actually see and hear your breath. When I mix my powder before long walks sometimes in the evenings, my walks will turn into this just lovely event because my breath becomes clearer and it becomes more even. And I can actually hear and feel my breath. And how often do we hear the term, are you breathing?
Right. And nitric oxide is involved in lung function. I mean, you can't, if you read the research, you cannot get away from nitric oxide. It is involved in almost every cell. And it's that critically important. But again, it all centers around your cardiovascular system. And it all centers around the endothelial cells, the endothelium that lines all of your cardiovascular system. You've got to pay attention to that. If you do, if you repair it and nourish it properly, you're going to see amazing results with regards to your overall health, especially if you do any kind of exercising. It'll make a huge difference.
I love our work, Dan. I really do. There's not a lot of hype behind this. We just feel strongly about our passion and our mission. We have good hearts.
And our mission is to help save 1 million lives, and 1 million lives from cardiovascular disease. It's the #1 cause of all death and disability. And if you do any kind of research, American Heart Association will tell you that 74% of all deaths and disabilities from cardiovascular disease is related to arterial sclerosis and atherosclerosis, which are all endothelial cell dysfunction. This blue powder in here, ProArsen Plus, developed by Dr. J. Joseph Prendergast in conjunction with Synergy Worldwide, is designed to repair those endothelial cells, to nourish them properly, to produce that nitric oxide. So if you need more information about this whole process, please contact Nannette. Her phone number and her website address is up on the screen. Or you can contact myself. My phone number and my website address will be up on the screen too. So we're here to help you make the choices that are going to allow you to take control of your health and have a healthy life instead of a life that we unfortunately see too often in America, one of disability and disease.
I agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.